Hey, beautiful people, it's Major, American soul singer and actor, and you're rocking with my brother, David Duane. Maybe you can help me understand it.
Yeah.
Can I edit it myself? So then that means anybody can edit it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
You just gotta watch how it's, cause it's kind of like coding in a sense. Like once you click to like edit a section, so then whatever you change like that, just make sure that the text stays
Oh,
in those like brackets, if you will, because it's like literally brackets. It's like the utmost funniest thing ever.
you know how to do it? You've done it?
I've done it, yeah.
I might give you a few dollars to help me fix it because I'm just like, this is annoying because they'll just read it at random. I did the Rockets game, and I'm from Houston.
Yeah.
They're like, born in Denton, Texas, 13 siblings. And it's just like, what in the world? Who told him this was my. Yeah, I was just.
Cause how many is it? It's 10.
I grew up in a blended family of 10. It is 13 siblings, but it's just like what they were saying was like not the information that I would want them to say. And like they're like, it, after a run with independent label Star Club, that was in 2009. Like,
Right.
I'm not talking about Star Club anymore. I've since. Or they'll be like, "Why I Love You." Song "Why I Love You" has over 100,000 streams.
It's like,
No, 143 million.
right.
But
Put the
that
M.
would play.
Put the M. Put some respect on it. You have this amazing single that everybody knows you from, "Why I Love You."
Yeah.
It's literally, I was just telling Andrew before, you came and stuff like that. Like, this is literally like the song that is played walking down the aisle. People are like getting engaged to the song. Like, this is like that record.
Mm.
What inspired this record? And then congratulations on the success of this record. Because
Chicken salad sandwich inspired the record.
you know what? Didn't you already tell us that?
Me singing about a chicken salad sandwich on set of a web series. That was, I think that was 2014, 2015. Shout out to Jason Fredericks, who's since transitioned. His brother is Kev on Stage, the social media phenom. But we're on set, and they say what we're going to have for lunch. They said sandwiches, and I'm like, sandwiches? And they said either ham, turkey, or veggie. And I'm like, I don't want any of that. I've always been high maintenance. And they said, well, what kind of sandwich do you want? And my buddy Jor-El Quinn, super gifted, is playing lullaby music on the piano in the break room. And I said, chicken salad sandwich. I want a chicken salad sandwich because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. And everybody was like, yo, that is crazy. They put it, they were filming it, and we put it up on Insta, and it went viral. At the time, viral was 1,000 views or whatever. And so I had 1,000 views, and so I was killing. I'm like, we killing right now.
Right. Like,
then I got 1,000 likes. So I'm like, oh shoot, this is crazy. But Harmony hit me and said, bro, where did you get that? And I said, it's crazy, right? And he's like, that's special. That's special. Take the video down and get to the studio because we're about to write a love song. And I said, first of all, I'm a grown man. You don't just tell me to take stuff down. But because you got vision. Oh, you're a Taurus?
Yes.
Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy.
like, hey.
Oh my gosh. Listen, so I eventually took it down. I went to the studio and words just started flowing. But Why I Love You is a love letter I wrote to God, and love wrote me back. I wanted people to understand how to experience and to realize love on earth as it is in heaven. That it's reciprocity, that it's selflessness, it's understanding that if we're both giving, nobody's ever left empty. And that song has soundtracked so many epic moments around the world. Stevie Wonder saw it, and I'm like, if Stevie can see it, we got something special.
Right. And it is special. It's literally like such a beautiful song. Like, and then
Thank you, brother.
have you ever, when thinking about that song and then your tone, collaborated with Tank? Because I think a record with y'all.
We actually, me, Tank, and Luke have a song together on his. It's called "You Mean More." Look it up.
Mhm.
It's special. But yeah, that was pretty cool when he invited me to do it. But I would, yeah, Tank. I just think he's great. Period.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from him. He is an artist,
Mhm.
and so when I see his success, it just makes sense to me because he puts in the work. Um, and yeah, I can see us collaborating on a duet, but he's a bit provocative.
Right.
Tank is provocative.
He is. We're like, we gotta clean it
Yeah,
up. For the
I'll
people.
be like,
We're like, we can't sing this in church.
yeah, bro, that would be crazy.
But he is a man of God too.
He is a man of God, a provocative man of
Provocative
God.
man.
But that's my brother, so I'd be honored. Absolutely, him, John Legend. I would love to work with Ed Sheeran. I would love to do something with Ed Sheeran and Bruno. Those three. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I can kind of see that happening and stuff like that. We gonna speak that out there. And you describe your music as Afro soul, and I love with this new single how it has that kind of country vibe to it. And
Oh, Americana
Americana
soul.
soul.
Afro
Right.
soul. Afro soul can work because I got a little Afro under here.
Right.
I'm in this whole 70s vibe and
Yeah.
energy for the past couple years. But yeah, it is Americana soul, American soul singer. Think Bill Withers, think James Brown, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Curtis Mayfield. I'm giving all of that with the hint of that folk, that James Taylor, that who Chris Stapleton. That's who I would love. That's who I'll sing with. That's somebody I'll sing with. That Brian.
That one is.
He's tough. Yeah, he's tough.
He is so cold.
Yeah.
Ooh. And so this project already did you have, because it's a full body of work, right? And
Yeah, so I just released my song "Baby Will You Love Me." That is kind of it's Motown-esque, mid-tempo groove, very
love it.
fun, good energy. It's
When it
getting
came out, I was like, yes. I'm singing for
It's-
major top of the year. I mean,
yeah. It's getting a lot of love right now. It's already charting in less than a month of impacting radio. Super grateful. Harmony produced that, of course. Um, I love it. It's a part of my EP, my full EP that's coming. And when I say Americana Soul, know that that's what you're gonna get. And if I were to break it down, Americana is the gospel, is soul, is R&B, it's folk, it's country, it's all of that. It's major.
it's major.
Yeah.
And it literally is major. And
Thank
I
you,
love
brother.
the fact that you keep God at the forefront of everything that you do. He is everything. And I have even seen you at one and stuff like that. And when I saw you at one, I was like,
At
oh,
one church. Yeah.
yes. I was like, okay, so when am I going to like do this interview with majors like that? And then we saw each other at an event. And I just love the fact that God is present in everything for you growing up in church, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us about
Absolutely.
that.
Well, I started in church. The church has raised me, made me, cultivated me. Church culture, you learn a lot about life. You learn a lot about community and diversity and what perseverance is, what honor means, people skills. I wanted to be, a pastor. When I was 3, I told my mama, a famous singer and a pastor, an international superstar and a pastor. And I'm in an interesting way able to be that.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
you're doing that,
it's wild. It's really wild.
but you spoke it, you
Yeah,
manifested.
yeah. I put in the work. That's what I
Yeah.
want to make clear with folks that are on this whole manifestation wave. That manifestation only comes with the work you match your faith with. You can't expect it if you're not willing to prepare for what you're hoping for or prepare for what you pray for. So put not only your heart to it and not only your mind to it, but your hand to it. And sure enough, you'll see the very thing you've been seeking.
Yeah, I try to tell people that all the time because if you don't put that work in,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work.
Right.
And then God's gonna stop putting in that work into what He told you that you should be working.
Yeah.
And you should be sharpening.
That's right.
Because it's a partnership.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I drive to these little kids' mind. Like it is a partnership.
Yeah.
Keep him involved.
Yeah.
Don't leave him out.
Yeah.
Speak his name. Keep him there.
Very good, buddy.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I love that with your brand as a whole, you've been consistent. You've dropped EP projects, and then you dropped your debut.
Yeah.
And then how would you feel like just the response to your debut, getting in the studio, working with Harmony? As a matter of fact, before we even get to there, how did you and Harmony even link to even get to the debut album and then continue to work with each other today?
Well, I'll say this. Beautiful people, my name is Major. And I am a God-fearing man. My mama named me Major because she prayed that I make a major impact on the world. So it comes by no surprise that I would interact and meet a fellow brother who had a very similar promise and prayer prayed over his life from his mama. Harmony Samuels, my big brother, production partner. He just gets it. We met actually at the basement of Rodney Jerkins' studio. And Rodney, being a big brother of mine, was like, meet the folks, the producers that I'm building and I'm training. And I get to meet Harmony and I hear some music that he's got. I think he was doing something that he was wanting to pitch to Fantasia. And I'm like, oh, he's special. And we end up seeing each other again at one church when it was in North Hollywood.
Right.
And I remember seeing him playing up front, and I'm like, oh, he's a man of God. This is cool. And we just built relationship from that, and it was him seeing what I was doing. He used to hear me worshiping from the audience because I can't help it. I can't help it.
Because you worship, you worship.
Oh, I worship. I worship. And yeah, he brings me into the studio. His then business partner, Chris, were like, yo, we gotta work with this guy. And I was doing big band at the time, like what Michael Bublé is to Sinatra.
Right.
That's what they were kind of making me as to Nat King Cole.
Right,
so it was big band. It was very beautiful music. And Harmony's like, you're more than this though. There's an element of your soul that I'm not hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when songs just started coming, and yeah, and the rest is history. We've created some. We've been vessels, to create some amazing songs that have helped people understand how to do life,
especially honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On Honest got me my first Grammy nomination, and it came from a conversation Harmony and I were having when we were just talking about the industry and how it's so frustrating trying to keep up with these facades that they want you to maintain or just to do this or do that. And he was just like, bro, just be honest. I have a hook in mind. I just want to be honest. He says, I just want to be honest. I just want to be honest. And I'm like, I like that line, but can we flip it a little bit and say, I just want to be honest? And the song just started writing itself. I partnered with my brother Varian Wade and JV, and that song has been really special for me because it connects with people's humanity. The true you
The truth.
is the greatest you.
And I feel like we're in times where people have to connect with their true selves. You know, we're still going through the pandemic and everything, and I think that moment where everything was shut down gave us a moment to really sit down with self,
Yeah.
dive in, and just really get to know who we are. But even during that time and during these times,
Mm-hmm.
people are looking at your career and
Mm.
they're like, wow, if Major can do it,
Mm.
especially with these nominations, Grammys, and just everything, and the millions of streams and the accolades, they're like, I can do it.
Mm. Well, I'm grateful and hopeful that that be the case.
I know it's the case for me.
And that's mighty.
Mm-hmm.
That's mighty because I don't want anyone to feel as though because something's been done, that means they can't do it.
Right.
If anything, you have to understand that each one of us, and I'll look into this camera, every single soul on earth, every single human being on earth was designed and created to be an answer to a specific need in the earth. The way you were made, the way I was made. Two separate answers for two separate needs. If you live your life chasing down trends, you chase down an already answered need, leaving your need that you were designed for unanswered. And that's why you feel unfulfilled and you feel like incomplete. But I need you to lean into your distinction, the true you. And that you will discover is your superpower. And it's a key to the true success you aspire to. Hear me when I tell you.
That's the truth.
Trust how you were made. Every distinction, every uniqueness, all of your perfect imperfections. Shout out to John Legend.
Right. I was thinking about this.
Lean into it. All of you is the one that it will assure that you prosper.
That's facts. And I tell people that as well too. You have to just lean into yourself. Be confident in yourself. You know, we're seeing all these brand new artists and these people online, just in general, they're confident. You know, the girls are outside, the guys are outside, but they're confident. They're not, you know, worried about what this person and this person is saying.
Yeah, that's what I dig about Gen Z. There's a lot of embrace of different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of embrace of unique distinction. And that's what's winning. I mean, TikTok is the proof of people just being clever and them winning. It's consistency and it's excellence. Consistency and excellence that literally cause a thing to win. What sustains the win is integrity. And that's what I want people to know. You get that consistency, that excellence, that integrity will assure you stay in the winning flow. Yeah.
Literally things I preach. Integrity and consistency. Because without either one, how do you continue to prosper? I don't think you can. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
What I also wanted to talk to you about was the just being able to connect with people on stage and different opportunities. You've been all over the world. You've done award shows. You've done Essence too, right?
Yeah. I've done Essence Fest.
Yeah.
I've done Essence Fest a few times. I was blessed to have my own stage in the Super Lounge.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I missed it that year. What year was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it was within the past 5 years.
Yeah, it was one of the ones I missed, and I was like, God.
Yeah, and then I was blessed to perform on the main stage with Teddy Riley. He did Teddy Riley and Friends, where he had Ro James, Tiana Taylor, myself.
That was the one that everybody needed to be at.
Yeah.
Too many people were home.
Who else? Pharrell, Timbaland. I was honored just to be in that number, man. But yeah, I've done Essence a number of times, and it's always special. It's always special.
Yeah, and being able to expand on your fan base and stuff like that, because you still have a growing fan base, and I think that that's one of the things that we definitely should address is that when you are doing whatever it is in any field of entertainment, right, in any lane, you still have to gravitate to getting more fans and
Yeah,
getting to that
I
fan base.
I will say I am grateful for the accumulation of support, but I am totally disconnected from knowing how to really draw people, especially from the
Yeah.
social media space. I think me being a millennial, like I guess we're the old people now. And like I'm trying to figure
I
this
don't want to
thing
go
out.
there either.
I'm trying to figure it out. You may be Gen Z adjacent. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, you just look
93.
younger.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. Well, there it is. But listen, but you're closer to the adjacent.
Right,
Um,
sure.
yeah, but I
You know how many people think I'm like under
Yeah,
21
yeah,
all the time? It's been crazy. I'm like, is this laser hair moving? Like,
that's
working
really
for me?
impressive. That's really impressive. But I'll say this. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm trying not to let it like grab hold of like take over my psyche because
Yeah.
I do believe it's a mind. I don't know the other word for it. It's a mind fluster.
It's
A mind fluck. That
Yeah.
this whole social media game and trying to stay up with it and not letting likes or no likes impact you trusting that what you're putting out there is enough. And so you really have to have a true sense of self,
Mhm.
you
And
know,
something. I turned the comments and well, not the comments. I want to keep the comments
yeah,
there. I turned the likes off,
likes off.
and I get right off of social media
Yeah.
and just let it run its course. I'll go
Yeah.
back and see the comments, be like, are they liking? Are they saying anything?
Yeah.
And just because you can get so consumed with what people are saying
Oh man.
when you know
Ah.
what you're doing is in the right path, in the path that God has led you to follow.
Well, I think that's what's difficult for people. How do I know that it is still the right path if it does not always impact
Right.
the way that I think it should? And I think the way in which you tell, and this is me preaching to myself,
Yeah.
is if it aligns with the direction of what you prayed for, if it aligns with the integrity of what you prayed for, then it is the right thing. If it aligns with the integrity of what you prayed for, then it is the right thing. Period. Likes are a bonus. Major, hear your own words. Likes are a bonus. Assure that it aligns with the integrity of what you prayed for. And let that be the confirmation, the affirmation that you are doing the right thing. Period.
Period.
I needed a moment for me.
But you know what? I felt what you said.
Yeah.
And this is something that the viewers, people who are watching us have this conversation, need to hear.
Yeah.
Because this is assurance and confirmation for somebody
Yeah.
who is beating themselves up because they don't look like this girl, they don't look like this boy, their face doesn't look like whatever that may be, or they don't drive this car, or they live down on the street,
Yeah.
or there's it's like, be honest in who you are.
That honest. That's the superpower.
And rock that confidence, be integrable about who you are and what works for you and what doesn't work. And we were talking about integrity before we had even got started.
Yeah.
And being able, and just, sometimes people spreading themselves too thin.
Yeah.
And then, just sometimes, even in the industry, it's smoke and mirrors. It's not always what it seems. I literally have
It's not all that it seems. Just because you see someone walking a red carpet does not mean that their bills are paid. I have seen many folks that are broke, dressed to the nines on the red carpet. I've seen a lot of folks that have a lot of personal issues going on, fires that they've yet to put out in their home, but they're standing in these spaces publicly smiling. Don't think that you know another man's full story or another woman's full story. Just honor and celebrate them where they are, but get to being better where you are. Because sure enough, there are people that are looking at your grass and thinking it's greener too. Yeah.
That's true. Come on, Major. You're dropping major gems and giving them a whole everything of what they need. Because this is the truth.
Yeah.
Stop looking at this person.
Oh, bro, I've learned it. Once things started really happening for me, and I got access to different circles of celebrity and opportunity, I'm like, oh, 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 like, and I'm
Right,
like,
yeah.
okay, okay. You just realize that everyone is human. We're human. We're all human. Woo, we're all human.
I literally was even saying to Andrew before we had got started with the interview today, I was telling him, I was like, I went to Aaron Ray, who's an exceptional artist. His song it came on gold. And I was just like, it's funny, I just saw him live, but he hasn't been on the show yet. Manager shows love, met Aaron and stuff like that. And I was just talking about just being the fact that I was leaving the show, interacting with his manager. He was like, oh, yo, stay for a second. So that didn't get a chance to interact with Aaron and say what's up. But it's just about really, truly respecting what that is and not being so caught up into the hype, no matter if you're in the business or out of the business. Because guess what? There's still business that has to be done.
Yeah.
For the person. Doing meet and greets is taking care of home and wives and children and stuff like that.
Bro, the life is still gonna life, whether you're seen or unseen, you are popular or not as popular. Life is gonna life, and it will wait for you to deal with it. Once all the smoke and mirrors fade, once all of the lights, camera, action shut off, life is waiting. Like, I'm still here, so now you got to deal with me.
Right.
And that's the relatability that I try to exist in, to just let people know that, listen, I think I'm great. I think you're great, but I'm no better than you. You're no better than me, because at the end of the day, if we're doing us, there should be no competition. There really should be no competition. If you do what you do and I do what I do, competition should literally be a joke of a conversation. It can't be a real thing, because we're running two different lanes.
But the problem is everybody sees the next person as competition when they're not focused in their own lane. Stay in your car. I use this analogy all the time. If you focus on what's going on here, you're going to cause a collision.
Yeah.
You're going to get into an accident. And then what you going to do? Focus on, because you was focused on him, her, that, then. When you should have just been here. I'm driving. I'm going to it. I'm going towards my blessing.
You're on.
Like Mary says, go get your blessing.
Yeah. Go get it. Go get it. Yeah.
In the Major, you also have this amazing foundation that you just started.
Oh, yeah.
Foundation. Let's talk about it, because it's always amazing to highlight the music and the journey and stuff like that, but it's also important to highlight on giving back as well.
Yeah. Highlight the music, highlight the message. Now let's highlight the mission. And that is the amplification of hope. Major Hope is my foundation. It's a social action initiative that commits to amplifying hope in communities and people near and far. I think my life call has been to deal hope as a hope dealer. And hope in love, hope in life, and hope in future. The program, the organization has 3 tenant programs: Major Hope Experiences, where motivations and music collide. I don't know if you've heard any of my spoken word
Oh,
projects.
absolutely.
They're really
I love
special.
spoken
Yeah,
word.
yeah. I want to encourage as many people as possible. But those Major Hope Experiences are the intersection of the motivations and the music. It's like Motivations meets MTV Unplugged. So it's really
Ooh.
cool.
They don't even know what that is.
Well, right. Yeah, it's acoustic shows.
Right.
The shows
We
with
know.
acoustic instruments. But then when we do the Major Hope Live, Major Hope Experience Live is when we do the full out concert experience with those motivational spoken words interwoven. So that's Major Hope Experience. The second program are Random Drops of Hope, where we do random charitable activations throughout the city in marginalized communities, where we do takeovers of grocery stores and buy groceries or buy gas at gas stations for those that could use a little hope.
Yeah.
And lastly, our confidence coaching. That's super fun, where it's this workshop, esteem building and effective communications effort that I do with young people and older folks, to help them just see themselves and build a sense of self-worth. Because I think when you adjust the way in which a person sees themselves, you help them to embrace a value system about themselves. They live life different.
Yeah.
And so,
There's a lot of people that need that hope and guidance.
yeah, older and younger. I think it's wild how many folks didn't get people that spoke life into them. And so that's been my mission. So Major Hope, Major all caps with a period, and then Hope, Major Hope Foundation. You can follow that now. That's Major Hope on all social media, or go to my website and click Major Hope, and you can find that. Now that's major.com. I'm really excited about it. A lot of great things are on the horizon for this year. I'm grateful, man. I'm really grateful, because the very things I hoped for, I'm living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell people, you have to stay hopeful. You got to stay faithful.
Yeah.
Those are like the key to just our core. So I love the fact that you're doing
Faithful in your belief and faithful in your efforts, faithful in your work, faithful in your commitment. Faithful is not just an idea, it's an action.
Right.
Yeah.
All action. Dang, you are preaching.
Be encouraged, brother.
I love it.
I know it helped you. I know it
hit.
helped you. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I sensed it.
It hit.
Even Andrew over there, like,
Andrew's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
like,
like-
wait a minute.
like bars.
Like, bars. That's literally what Andrew says.
Oh, that's awesome.
He does say that. So what else is to come, this year? I know the EP is coming.
Yes, the EP is coming. Remember Major's Americana Soul. It's super super special. We've got some film and TV stuff that's
I was gonna
coming.
ask you,
Yeah.
we get more of those projects.
We're getting more of it. I'm doing a lot of auditions and things like that. Some short films that are releasing this year. But I'm really excited. I'm getting a lot of love on this new song, Baby Will You Love Me, from the Kelly Clarkson Show, Sherry Shepherd.
Yeah.
I just did the Today Show with Hoda and Jenna on last Thursday, and there's a special on.
one.
Thank you.
I was like,
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
God. It's
yeah,
really
it
God,
is.
because a lot of the stuff that we pursued, we just kind of assumed it wasn't going to happen, because
Right.
generally when you get one, that's kind of what it is, one or two. But
right.
5 national looks. I got Jennifer Hudson shortly, and extra. It's just,
Now you and Jay Hunt will be a good record.
oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. She a singer. So yeah.
You a singer.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
We need more of that, and I think that is. I don't think, Major. I know That's why people always mention you in conversations that you may not know that they're mentioning you in. Because they talk about you.
I don't always know about it, but I'm grateful to hear that. This journey is not an easy one, but like any journey, if it is what you believe you were meant to do, lock in and do it well. And the rest of the story will tell.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we like to ask all of our friends on the show what exemplifies Major, not just as a son, a friend, a family man, an artist. What exemplifies you?
I'm a lover of people, a lover of life, love, and infinite possibility. That's Major.
And that is Major. I love that.
Yeah.
So, Major, let everybody know where they can follow you, just in case they aren't already following you, which I would be pretty surprised.
Listen,
but now is the time.
Listen, I already told you, social media has a stronghold on me.
we gonna work this out together,
I get depressed every other day. But listen, you can follow me on social media now. That's Major, NOWTHATS Major. Everywhere you get your social media, and I will likely be there. Dealing hope. Yeah. My music is everywhere too. Yeah, make sure you go get that. Major is all capital letters with a period because I mean that thing.
Right. Period.